Okay, to show you how much of a lazy ass I am, I just woke up and it's literally 11:02. I mean, this isn't the latest I've woken up at. Like, it is pretty late though. But my God, I started reading this book and it's like Ancient Empress Chinese, ancient. God, I'm so fucking tired, Dan. Like, and I'm getting increasingly frustrated with my stuttering. Like, it used to be not that big of a deal, but now that I've noticed it's like actually like really frequent, I get frustrated, and then when I get frustrated, that just makes the stuttering worse, and it's like it's infuriating trying to say something, trying to get it across, and you need to get it across, and your words just fucking fuck it up, and you're just like, why? Like, it used to be so mild that like I just took it as a joke and then like poked fun at it. But like now that I'm like focusing more on it, I feel like it's getting worse, and like I hate it because like it's it's bad. Okay, like I don't know. I think it's just that like when I don't think through what I'm gonna say, like I start stuttering. But like that's how I express like my deepest, most important things to say is when I don't think and I just feel before I say something. And it stupid. It's so stupid. Like who invented stuttering? Like what the fuck? I hate it. Okay. Anyways, I'm reading this book. Just started it this morning. I woke up, picked it, was like, yep, let's start this book, and then I'm reading it, and it's kind of cliche. My throat hurts. That was a dramatic ass cough. Like, like really? Okay. Like, hello, drama. Okay, but so thinking. It's ancient Chinese empire that I'm reading about. Like that's the plot. That's the setting. This girl who's like really poor. She was gonna marry this dude when she was 17, but then he entered the war, and then he died when she was 22. And so she was like, "Well, fuck, I can't marry him now." And then like rumors spread that she like lost her virginity to him or whatever, and that made her not worthy for like marriage. And so like everyone in the village basically shunned her aside from her family, and she was kind of like, "What the fuck?" And so like phase back to the like present time, like she's 26, like just thinking she's just gonna be a spinster, like it's fine. She's totally fine with that too, because like she's like I had my time with love, like it's fine. Also she has like 7 different siblings, so she's like talking about raising them and stuff. I don't know, they didn't specify if she's an orphan or not, but like she didn't mention her parents at all. Like she just said that she has like 7 siblings. So maybe she's like solely providing for her siblings. Like maybe she's an orphan. I don't know. They didn't specify, which is kind of irking me because like now I want to know. Like are her parents there or is she an orphan? Like author, please explain. Like okay, anyways. I feel like authors, like myself included, like we just write and we like write what we feel, we write what like our imagination comes up with, and like it's very fast paced, and a lot of times we forget that we've already said something, or we forget to say something. That's pretty key information. That's why you need some outsider opinion, like complete outsider, like complete stranger, or like complete professional to like look at your work and edit your work and like be like, yo boo, we gotta fix this. Like okay, anyways, so that happens. She's 26 and she's gonna be alone forever. She's totally fine with it. Then the Emperor Malin, I think that's his name. Malin. Chinese names are weird. Okay, I don't even think I'm pronouncing that right. Whatever, it's fine. He's like, I want concubine, and then concubine is basically like your side hoe. Like it's kind of like your in bed prostitute that like for some reason was okay back then. Like just they would marry and then they would have a concubine or multiple concubines so that like they kept up appearances with this like woman that they've married, but then they also kept like 50,000 side hoes and were just like, yeah, that's fine. Like I'm just gonna have sex with them and like love them and have kids with them and then claim those kids are my wife's kids because I don't want to dig it out that I have concubines or whatever. And then this is my wife. Like, it's so fucked up. Okay, anyways, and everybody thinks that historical times were very elegant and sweet. Like, think about the diseases, think about the uneducation, think about the ass sauce sexism, and just, like, it just, like, Adele Black, I could not do it. I could not. But then again, I've lived here my entire, like, I've lived in this decade. So, like, a lot of women in this decade are, like, a lot more independent, and we've just been raised that way. And then, so, like, if I was born in one of those, like, time periods, I might not be who I am. So, like, I might be against it, but I still might be for it. Anyways, I feel like I would still be very for it, though. Because, like, even as a kid, like, before I had any morals or opinions or anything, like, I was always very curious, and always really loved to push people's buttons. I was very adventurous. I always got lost all the time because I was wandering around, and I would, like, literally run up to strangers and ask them questions, and, like, I was a weird child. Like, I know a lot of people say that they're weird child and, like, weird children or whatever, but, like, I feel like I was, like, I think, like, the most confident I've ever been was when I was a child, like, when I was really younger. But then, like, when I realized that, like, my parents were separated, because, like, when I was little, like, when I was really little, like, I remember they separated, and I thought, oh, they're on a break, like, they're just, like, visiting, like, different places or whatever. I don't know why I thought that, whatever. So, like, I thought that, and then, like, as I grew older, I think around, like, 7 or 8, that's the time when my mom officially moved to Virginia, and then that's when I got my white up wake-up call, and it was like, they're separated. My mom does drugs. My mom is not always there. My aunt is even worse than her, and I have to protect my cousin. So, yeah, that lasted about a year or 2 years in Virginia, where I got, like, a very wide wake-up call. And then we came back to California, and I was just kind of, like, really shy. Didn't know how to, like, take care of, like, social relationships. Because, like, when you're a kid, like, and you're dealing with my mom and my aunt, like, we didn't really go out that much. Aside from school, and even in school, I was kind of, like, mainly just kind of, like, doing education and taking care of my cousin. I didn't really care about that kind of stuff. And so when we moved back, I was devastated because, like, I had lost my cousin because my cousin stayed there, and I was terrified for my cousin because she was living with my aunt. Thankfully, my cousin now lives with her dad, and her dad is sober, and her dad is remarried, and her dad has, like, 2 other kids, and, like, they're living a great life in Connecticut or wherever the fuck they're living. I don't remember. But, like, and she's a Catholic, I think. I don't know. Like, but, like, I'm just really happy for her because she's happy, and, like, she's not in that toxic relationship with her mom anymore, which is good. So about me. Because her mom had similar problems to my mom, but, like, different a little bit. My aunt did, and then my aunt was also, like, a lot less independent than my mom was. She was the youngest sibling, so she always kind of craved attention, and she got that attention through men. And I'm just gonna stop there because you can fill in the blanks. Yeah. Oh, I remember one time when I was, like, contacting my cousin. Somehow my aunt got my number, and she called me, and she was like, I love you, I miss you, blah, blah, and I was like, yeah, sure. Okay, talk to me when you get help. Like, no. Okay, anyways, so, just, like, she's so far gone that she doesn't, like, realize, like, how far gone she is. She doesn't realize how, like, she's hurting other people. And then she also, like, doesn't care, and she'll lie to get her way or whatever, and she'll, like, manipulate you or try to. And I've seen her do it to my mom. Like, my mom living with my aunt was, like, probably, like, her worst decision because my mom also suffers with addiction, and my aunt suffers with addiction, but she doesn't realize it. She doesn't care. And so that influenced my mom, and, like, she also guilt tripped my mom all the time, and, like, it was not, I held a very, very, very stern grudge against my aunt. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to forgive her until she gets help, and if she doesn't get help, then good fucking luck to you, dude. Like, no. I can forgive you when you're getting help, but like when you're still the same and you're begging for like, or you're like pretending that you're not hurting people, like, yeah, I'm gonna forgive you when you're literally hurting yourself and others currently. Like, just no, 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 no. Okay, anyways, where was I going with this? Okay. I think my original point was I'm reading this book, Ancient Chinese Empire. Okay. Ancient Chinese Empire, she has like 7 siblings, she's poor, blah blah blah. She moves in because she's like a wanted concubine or whatever, and then she hates it though. She just wants to go home. She's like, I'm ugly, I'm old, like he's not gonna pick me, I'm 26, like just let me go, dude. And he sees her and he's all like, huh? You pretty, you innocent, I'm gonna keep you. And like it's kind of a little bit weird. I'm like, what? But then like I guess some people like that. I don't know. I just keep reading it because like it's not written bad. It's just that like some of the characters' actions are a little bit questionable in my opinion. But like whatever, like it's fine. Like well, yeah. It's written well, and the history part of it is very fascinating to me. So I don't really care about the characters too much, but like I'm sure if I continue reading I'll like get attached to them at some point. I don't know. Anyways, so she's like really poor and she was like raising her siblings, so she doesn't know how to read, and so like he got her like some gift or whatever, like some silver hairpins, which wow, great, fantastic, like you're gonna win her over with fucking objects, dude, like that's fantastic. Not even take the time to court her or anything, like that's great. Well, I mean she's a concubine, but whatever, still, like it's when you think about that time period and you think about the disrespect that he's showing her, it just pisses me off. I mean, if this was current time, like, it wouldn't be that disrespectful to just, like, give a gift and, like, whatever. But, like, he's not even quartering her. He just, like, gave her a gift and was like, here you go, love you, bye. And I was like, what? Excuse me, respect your fucking time period, dude. Like, anyways. She got this letter and she can't read, and so she's like, she asked the maid who like got her the stuff, like, can you read this to me? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know how to read either. And they were both kind of like, what do we do? And I'm just like, okay, she's basically a concubine, so, and he doesn't have a wife yet, so maybe she could like, you know, seduce him and like become his like little wifey and be like, yo, I'm gonna build these rules now, and like we're gonna like create more of an equal system, because like the poor people don't know how to read at all. Like, it's so sad. And then, like, she can't even read a simple note. Like, it just, and then they have to, like, just sit there, like, wondering, like, oh my god, who's gonna read this? And then they have to get the help of a soldier. Like, are you, like, to be so dependent on other people for, like, just something as simple as reading. And, like, if you can't read, you can't really, like, progress in life. Like, because, like, if she travels with her husband at all, or whatever you would call like the male part of a concubine relationship, like if she travels with him at some point because he needs like an extra bedwarmer or some shit, like how would she like, you know, like she can't like communicate, like, you know, like sometimes like just and then just like I don't really understand, but like it's so sad to me, and I just want like can she just like I want you to like turn. Hold on, I thought I heard my grandma. I'm insane. I was hearing stuff. We're great. But like it just like I really hope by the end or some shit like she like they fall in love or some shit, which don't care about, but like they fall in love, like she'll be able to like have some leverage with him, and like maybe she can create some rules for like an equal society or like equal education, because like it's so fucked up that like some people can't learn how to like do basic things such as reading or writing when like that's such a part of like or maybe it wasn't back then, but like it should be like I don't know, like I I don't know. Like, am I making sense at all? But, like, it's just... I just wish there was, like, a way that I could, like, help. And, like... I don't know. Like, I just don't like that, like, back then they just, like... because of your, like, your social status, on, like, whether you were rich or poor, or, like, whether you were female or male, or whether you were crippled or not, like, it's affected you so much, and it still affects you today, but it's not as drastic, because our government has, like, I mean, there are flaws in the government, clearly, but, like, at the same time, the government has, like, applied us for, like, basic, like, needs, and that's because people in our history fought for those needs and rights, and, like, it's amazing. And then it's like, but I still think about, like, back then when there were so many people, like, around the world, because the amount of people who are male and the amount of people who are rich greatly, like, were outnumbered by the amount of people who are poor or female. And, like, the fact that only those few people knew any education, like, throughout millions of years, like, and, like, just the woman had, like, no fucking clue what they were, like, doing other than just, like, housewarmers and, like, keepers and, like, giving birth and, like, raising their kids and, like, street smarts and common sense, obviously, but they're missing so much from their education, and, like, they could have done so much more, but they just weren't given, you know. I just feel like you never realize, like, how, like, empty your life is until you've, like, seen the opportunities that you can have, and, like, they didn't know. They didn't, like, how would it be here if it wasn't for them back then? And, like, they don't have the same opportunities I do, and I feel really bad, because, like, it's, I don't know. Like, I'm not making any sense. I'm not making any sense at all. Wow. Jesus, now my grandma calls. Shit. I don't know why that scared me so much. Like, there's no reason for that to scare me, which is, like, just how scary. And I was like, whoa! Like, how is this gonna defend you? Like, honestly, I get it if you're like this, but, like, I was just kind of like, what? Like, what is that? Like, ugh. Wow, great job, Angela. Ew. 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 Okay. It's not just pour it out of my nose. Like, it's just great. That's great. I'm a disgusting human being. Okay, so that's where we're at the book, but I really hope that the author, like, turns, like, her ignorance into an opportunity for equal education and rights among society, but I don't think that's gonna happen because it's set in the history, and, like, you know, that's not accurate if you put that there, so, like, but I really wish she would, or at least have the main character learn how to read, so that, like, she can help her husband in system. Because, like, if you think about it, if she ends up being his wife, like, any, like, government plans he has or whatever, like, any war plans or any, like, traveling plans, she can't help him with because she can't fucking read. She couldn't read the map. She couldn't read, like, the more, like, letters or whatever, like, to her or anything, like, or to him or anything, and, like, she couldn't assist him because, like, she would basically just be getting filtered in what he was saying, like, was being written. And, like, I guarantee you he's gonna, like, either at least sugarcoat it or, like, fib about it. And, like, that's just might as well get it from the source, you know? Like, just, she should learn how to read. And if, like, she asked him and he says no, she should, like, find someone who does know how to read, who's also, like, very nice and kind, which, I mean, I know is rare, but then this is a fictional story. So, like, I'm sure there's gonna be one of those Jesus figures in there, as there always are. And, she should go to them and be like, yo, can you help me out, boy? Like, I want to help my husband, but he's, like, too stubborn, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, learn how to read, because, like, that would be so cool. And, like, she could help him, and, like, oh, I'm excited. Okay. Anyways, I really hope that happens. If it doesn't happen, then, but, what was that? Okay. We're just gonna excuse that. I'm gonna eat breakfast, brush my teeth, change out of my muscle tee. Probably, maybe not. It's really comfortable. You never know. I could just, like, stay in it. It's fine. Okay, bye.